Nimbus is going great guns with its new range of open day boats. They tend to come in three versions. There is the W walk-around, the T or tender version open, and then there is the C version, the coupe. This is the new C11 being launched at the Dusseldorf boat show. So let's have a look round and see what we can find. Prices start at 347,780 euros, but that includes the German 19% VAT. It's powered by twin 350 horsepower Mercury outboard engines, good for a top speed of usefully over 40 knots, or there is an inboard version. So unusually you can have the choice of either inboard power or outboards. There's this fantastic row of fender holders, all neatly designed. You can see this beautiful stainless steel work. Almost looks like a complete set of rocket launchers, but you get 6 fenders in there. And then into the cockpit area, where there's some lockers either side for the lines and a special little places to hang them. There's a very solid gates either side so that you can seal off the cockpit. You've got showers in here, and then this is one of those really clever transformer style boats. Everything seems to fold or tuck away. This whole bench folds up and tucks out of the way. The table dismounts, it all stores underneath. There's a big storage area under here, or in fact, because this is the outboard version, this whole section lifts up and there is a huge 2,500 litre storage area under here if you don't have the inboard engines. But it means you can have a completely free cockpit. There's more rod holders up here, complete row if you're into your fishing. There is the option of an outside helm station, which this one has got. You can see you've got your wheel and the joystick, because these Mercury outboard engines will steer independently so that you can move sideways. Full walk around decks. I'll show you the bow in a minute. But first, let's have a look in the actual cabin itself. So you can see it is a full walk around. So the cabin, the pilot house, just occupies the center of the boat. And again, there's some really clever versatile seating going on here. So here we've got it set up in the dinette mode. You've got seating around 3 sides of it. Big teak table. Everything feels really sturdy too. You can feel the thickness of that teak table. Nice grab rails. But this whole thing also converts so that when you're running at speed, you want to be facing forward rather than facing backward or sideways. So all this folds together. This whole bench extends all the way along the stern, and then this bench flips over and you get another row of forward-facing seats here. So in full performance mode, you get 3 rows of seats. You've got the helm seats themselves, a row here, and a row right across the stern. Makes a big difference when you're moving at speed. Helm area, 2 really good suspension seats. They can't really, you need a bit more weight on them, but I can feel just by bouncing up and down that they will help absorb any bangs or bumps when you're going through some really big waves. And the details are tremendous around here. You've got these little cantilevered footrests that come up. Looking back here again, got them here too, so that when you're in forward-facing mode, you've got footrests all along there. There's very nice details. So all your glasses and crockery in there. More glasses down there. But beautifully designed, soft touch, but positive latches everywhere, so everything stays in place when you're powering along. Helm station itself, nice matte finish to the dashboard. 2 glass screens, Simrad screens, a pair of cup holders forward, and really comfortable station underway. You can sit here, throttle's in easy reach, and the seats slide, so if you want to stand, that's an option too. Now the other thing to note here are these huge sliding side doors. So sometimes when you sit inside these pilot house boats, they can seem a little claustrophobic and get really hot in the sun, but you've got a really big wide opening door there and on the other side. So keep both of those opening, and the aft doors, you get a really good flow of air. And in addition to those side doors, if you look up here, there are 2 big glass opening hatches. There are 4 big glass panels. These rear ones don't open, but it does mean that you get lots of light pouring in here. And there are little blinds if you want to shut it out for a bit of privacy or shade during the day. So if we move out through one of these side doors and along the decks, again you can see these nice deep bulwarks, grab rails to the big sunpad area on the bow, and seating right at the front. And this hatch also opens up, so if you want to throw your bags down into the cabin, you can do it directly straight from there without having to shuffle everything through the narrow companionway. And there is a nice sun awning up here with carbon fibre poles to prop it up, and this squared off bow area with a fold down ladder, so that if you want to beach, you can beach off the bow as well. And then a really good big anchor locker with separate attachment points for your lines so they don't get lost in amongst the anchor chain. So you've got these big 360-degree view through the screen, very thin pillars, so fantastic visibility. But you might ask yourself, well, what happens when it gets really rough and you start getting spray on the screen? Well, on this boat, you don't just have forward wipers, you've actually got side wipers too. And they tuck away under this little recess so that you can't see them from inside or out underway. But when you need them, you've got a full set of wipers. So a side wiper on each side and double wipers on the front screen. Now let's go down and have a look in the cabin. You've got offset steps, so it's very nice and easy to walk down. This really high quality teak finish and switchgear, it's really a notch above. They may be built in Poland, but it's really built and designed to Scandinavian standards. It's all the breaker switches behind a little smoke glass door, nice little underlighting for the stairs, big fridge, again feels top quality, nice stainless steel, positive latch, keeps everything safe. Nice little fiddles all around the galley station, small sink, and then quite an innovative gas ceramic hob. So it's powered by gas, meaning you don't have to rely on a generator or shore power, but you get the ease and cleanliness of a ceramic surface. Plenty of locker space, a bin in there, and storage for the galley. Little windows in here, let a bit of light in, and small opening hatches up front. And then the main bed forward. It's quite good headroom here actually. You can sit down here, there's plenty of room. It's not quite full standing headroom down this end, but it gets a bit taller towards here. So there is some hanging space next to the bed. You've got those hull windows in there. And the other nice little details that this is beautifully curved, and it's also covered in Alcantara. It's like a suede effect fabric, which just means really soft to the touch, and it means you can move around. And there's a couple of hooks up there. Now, the other important thing on a big day boat like this is to have a good usable heads, and that's exactly what you've got here. There's a proper loo, a shower. There is a shower door that slide round, so it's not a complete wet room. You can have a separate wet area for the shower, and then the sink over that side. And crucially, if we pull back here, there is another door. Open that, and that gives access down to the mid cabin. Now, there's not a lot of headroom over there. That's obviously under the cockpit, under the pilot house. So there's probably 2.5 feet of clearance above the bed, but there is standing headroom at the front of it. I can stand here just about. There's a little seat, so it's a very usable cabin and actually quite a good sized bed, and it does mean that can be kept separate during the day, so you can use the rest of the cabin as an entertaining space and keep the bed tucked safely out of the way. Another little locker in there, all neatly done again, nice little teak fiddles, and back out. So there you have it. That is a very brief tour of the new Nimbus C11. Like I said, you can have diesel stern drives or these outboards, so very versatile, very flexible boat, and plenty of fun. Hopefully we'll be out driving it shortly, and then we'll bring you the full sea trial sea test. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Thank you for watching.